Oh, that sounds worse than when it sounded when I was...
Oh, I need to move the van. It's really hot and the van just wouldn't start. Well, here it is. The van is at the mechanic.
Hi, my name is Flossy, and this is my 1999 Ford E350 Step Van, my tiny home on wheels.
So proud of my little siren. And now I get to go to Florence, which is super cool. This might be all the sunset we get before we head back to Canada.
Oh, the charm of idle dreaming, where the dappled shadows dance. All the leafy aisles are teeming with the lure of romance. Down into the forest dipping, deep and deeper as we go, one might fancy dryads slipping where the white-stemmed birches grow. Lurking gnome and freakish fairy in the fern may peep and hide, sure their whispers low and airy ring us in on every side. Saw you when the pines are rocking a nymph's white shoulder as she ran? Lo, that music faint and mocking, is that not the pipe of Pan? Far and further as we wander, sweet shall our roamings be. Come, for dim and winsome yonder lies the path of Arcady. Good morning. I hope you can hear me over the sound of the river. This is where I slept last night. Leaving camp, I had a day of work to catch up on, and then I wanted to head to the coast, far away from a lot of any other vehicles. I went for a walk in both directions and didn't see anyone. And what strikes me is this is a paved road. I cannot believe it. All of the backcountry roads that I normally go and take my van down, you know, roads that I probably shouldn't, are not paved. And so this one being paved it was just a breeze to drive down.
I get to go to Florence, which is super cool. Essentially, it's my namesake town. Woohoo! I'm in Florence! I'm in Florence! Oh, I am so excited. And there's sand dunes. What? This is cool. I don't know if sand dune people are my people, but whoa, those dunes are huge. I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm having fun. I'm having so much fun. I'm having so much fun.
Leave your worries by the shoreline and run your bare feet through the sand. Let the water be a soft bed when you cannot bear to stand. Make friends with flying seagulls and hold the sun up on your palm before you duck beneath the water where the world is mute and calm. Tell the fish all your problems as they will come swimming past. When your lungs are close to bursting, swim above the waves and gasp. Let the water hold your sadness and wash it right out to sea. So like a message in a bottle, set all your worries free. And the sea might make you feel alone, but the world has troubles too. For how else do you suppose that the ocean got so blue?
Breakwater. It's so misty and foggy out. This is beautiful. What a view. I've had the best time driving on the coast. I'm not doing the whole coast because it would take too long and I have places to be, but this bridge is amazing. It's been a long, hot, sweaty day of driving. I think this is the longest and biggest driving day that I have done on my trip so far. I think 2 hours and then 3 hours, so 5 hours or slightly longer in total. It's a lot and I am tired, but I have felt so fulfilled and so connected and enjoyment of nature and community that has been worth every second to make this long of a haul. My heart feels full of gratitude and love and appreciation for the privilege, the support, the help, the encouragement that I've had to make trips like these, to do things that feel outside of my comfort zone, to go places that I haven't been before, to meet people I've never met before and have such an amazing time doing it, and to be able to work while on the road, to keep my day job, to have my house with me. I just feel so full of incredible gratitude that I've worked hard to make this happen. I've worked hard to keep this. And I've worked hard to build community that I can be part of and put myself out there. I'm quite an introvert. So to be able to put myself out socially and meet people I've met on the internet in person or meet new people, and it just blows my mind, and I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for you. And I'm just, I don't know, I feel like I'm in this delirium, dreamy state of happiness. And had you told me that the videos that I made 6 months ago when I was crying and upset and had my heart ripped out and stomped on, and I thought my world was getting turned upside down, that I would feel like this in 6 months' time, I don't know if I would have believed you. It goes to show that life is worth living, and there are amazing humans in this world, and opportunities will come around when the universe has it in store for you. So Don't give up hope.
You don't need the sprawl of the interstate, the odometer climbing, and candy wrappers haloing your seat. You don't need toll booths and a pocket weighed with quarters. You don't need speed limits, or state lines, or a full tank of gas. You don't need to wait for solitude. You don't need to wait for sadness, even if it's an hour, 2. Even if where you live promises little, the destination's unremarkable, the landscape absent of glitter and thrill. Even if your car is actually a bicycle, or if your car is your legs, or if your car is your mind. Make the goal simply movement. Let your gaze fall soft, back out of the driveway of all that is familiar, and permit yourself the brief enchantment of a mapless ride. Get lost, get found, get going.
This might be all the sunset we get before we head back to Canada. Hopefully the boat will arrive soon. They'll unload and then we can start loading. Sorry about my dirty windows. There's the boat. She looks so small, but she's actually huge. We're being tossed around like donuts in a deep fryer. And the van did so well, considering everything. Driving in the heat, maintaining its temperature. So proud of my little siren. So good. And you can tell I have been driving in the dark. Oh, that sounds worse than when it sounded when I was...
Well, it's just turning over faster. There's still a little bit of fuel, so it's starting to fire, but after a while it'll just turn into a bit. And it's trying to go.
Ugh, that sounds so bad.
Well, thanks for not turning it off.
Oh my god, I didn't film it because I was in a little bit of a panic situation, but I've been back from Oregon one day and I went out for the day to just do some work, and then I was like, oh, I'm in this work spot for good Starlink. Oh, I need to move the van, it's really hot, and the van just wouldn't start. And I'm stressing, like, I've driven all the way to Oregon and back. It's like kind of a little not surprising that something stopped working. But then also like, fuck, I'm stuck here. I called my mechanic and he told me this trick, which you should always try. If your vehicle is turning over and doesn't like start, it's possibly the fuel pump. So he said, bang on the fuel tank with a hammer. And so I got my little hatchet out and I'm banging on it. Tried once, it didn't work. Banged on it again. She sprung to life. And so now I'm driving to the mechanics because I need a new fuel pump, apparently. But my van is running. I don't have to get it towed. Hopefully it stays running for me to get there. But it's unlikely it will start again if we turn it off. So, what a freaking circus ride. I'm so glad that I am now back super close to where my mechanic lives. And my mechanic's shop. And I can just take it in, and I have an amazing relationship with my mechanic and such a supportive guy. It's such a relief to have this kind of support on my team, but I am shaking!
Oh, well, here it is. The van is at the mechanic. We're just waiting, and apparently we're in good company. I am so damn lucky. I have broken down. Not really broken down. I think my van needs a new fill pump. I managed to tap it with my little hatchet, and I am now here at the mechanics. It started one more time, and we're leaving the van running to figure out getting the part and getting me up on the hoist. I'm so lucky and grateful to have the mechanical support that I have around me, and I have so many plans for the rest of the summer, so hopefully it is a quick and easy fix and we'll be back on the road in no time. The size of the van really sometimes has a big impact on the mechanical help that I can get, so I feel very grateful to have support that is willing to accommodate the size of my house. I'm back in the van. I dropped my van off 2 days ago. No, my fuel pump fail. I definitely need to buy some spare parts so that I have one on hand in future. But holy moly, scary. And I feel like I'm such a tin bum, lucky bum, that it didn't happen while I was in Oregon or Washington. I could have been broke down somewhere there for weeks trying to wait for a replacement part to get the van back on the road. My local mechanic, who I am friends with and always take my van to, is an angel and has done so much work on this van and prioritizes work for me because they know this is my house. And I feel incredibly grateful that I have this kind of access, and that when it happened I was 20 minutes away and could get the van running one more time to get there. Like, I don't understand and don't need to understand that the magic of this is just beautiful. It's beautiful magic. I feel incredibly grateful. So let's see. It lives! Woohoo! All right, let's go to the beach. Woo, and we're off! Woo! Just got out of the ocean and I picked up my van today from the mechanic and then worked for hours. Sometimes I just have to go for a silly little dive for my silly mental health, a little swim, get out my zoomies, or share my grumpy mood with the fishes. But it is a gorgeous evening. But I had a nice time and saw lots of little micro life and tried out a new camera housing. And I don't know if I like it.
But it was good to give new things a go. Good night.
It's a beautiful day, beautiful evening. In fact, I had a very long day. I woke up at stupid o'clock in the morning and couldn't sleep. A lot of driving. Worked. Now here I am back in the forest. I feel like right now I'm really focusing on keeping balance between the amount of time I spend at a computer and the amount of time I spend working versus the amount of time I spend outside in nature. It is very easy to, at the end of the long day, just want to zone out and spend time on my phone, when actually spending time in nature is better, healthier, better for my mental health. Yeah, and it's beautiful. A wild orchid. A whole bunch of them. Wow. This tree is huge. Don't quit. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile but you have to sigh, when care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't quit. Life is strange with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a fellow turns about when he might have won if he had stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to a fair and faltering man. Often the struggler has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup, and he learns too late when night come down how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt, and you may never tell how close you are. It may be near when it seems far. So stick to the fight when you're hardest hit. It's when things seem worst that you mustn't quit. And besides, you have lots of people around you who care so deeply about you. When everything is going wrong and you are struggling to carry on, I really want you to know that you matter. When you are feeling the hurt and pain and you try your hardest to stay sane, I want you to know that you matter. Weeniest baby one. When you feel like you've no one to care, and when you are falling into despair, I want you to know that you matter. I long to hold onto the wind, so I may know the weight of thoughts. For both can bend trees, yet shy away from being caught. But nets woven from wishes only scatter their direction, while some blink out forever to avoid closer inspection. Perhaps if I am lucky, I can pin some in my ink, but they're just tiny ripples in the ocean that I think. For even though they're endless, they are not easy to share. Most are only born to dance with breezes through my hair. But maybe that's their secret, and why they're so hard to record. Is like the wind, their magic lies in being unexplored. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed coming along this poetical exploration of introverted thought patterns, converting solitude into magical experiences, creating fictional worlds with our minds. If you enjoy this kind of content, I hope to see you over on my Patreon. I share more regularly little snippets in our chat and behind-the-scenes interviews of where I am at. Sometimes there's postcards and sometimes there's mail. If you're lucky, a sticker will come to you like a snail. Well, snail mail. That was my attempt at poetry on the fly. A huge thank you to all of you for watching my videos. I read all of your comments and they bring me so much joy and laughter and insight. I appreciate you all. There will be no video next week. I am taking a week off, and I'll see you again next week for something completely different, but still definitely ocean related. Thanks. Bye.